Hi, I'm Zainab Amadahi, author, screenwriter, and educator, and I'm here with Ashley McFarlane in the first of three videos, three video interviews. Ashley is a documentary filmmaker as well as a fashion and jewelry designer. Ashley, your new film is called Remembering Maroonage, and I loved it. But can you briefly tell us what it's about?
So remembering Maroonage is it's a 40-minute film based on my experiences and journey with finding out about my own heritage. It starts off with me on a trip to the continent Africa, and then it goes back to trace kind of like a triangular journey where I started off learning about African heritage and history. I have roots in Jamaica, and in 2007 found out that I have Maroon heritage. And the Maroons are the escaped slaves of different regions. And these Maroons, in specific to Jamaica, went to two different regions. They went to the western side of the island, the eastern side of the island, the leeward and the windward sides. And specifically, my grandfather grew up in a community called a compound, which is on the leeward side. So the documentary follows my journey of trying to learn more about my heritage through my grandpa, and then also interviewing members of the compound Maroon community, and also the Trelawney Town Maroon community to learn more about Maroon heritage and history. So, yeah.
Awesome. It must be something to know that you're descended from Maroon societies. And so you kind of answered my second question about why you decided to make this film. So were there any surprises that came up for you in the filming process?
In the filming process, I do a lot of arts work here with the youth, and I find that a lot of youth are interested in making films. But I really had to kind of push and prod some of my family members who are younger to want to take up the camera, ask questions, who are in the Maroon community. And it was kind of a challenge that I found. And some people were way more dedicated, and they ended up not necessarily being my family. Like they were just friends and cousins, and they came with me around, and they really were interested in asking different people in the community questions. So that was one of the surprises. I'd say another major surprise was in my research. I did a lot of work on just looking up Maroon heritage, and I think there's this kind of not even a romanticized, but an older understanding of Maroons is practicing some of their traditions of speaking the language. And then when I went, it seemed like Christianity and just, I guess, Christianity in time had eroded a lot of the culture that I'd been reading about from the 1970s when people were documenting the Maroons. And so it was a surprise that I went back and not a lot of the traditions were still being practiced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have some more questions that I'll be asking you in the second interview clip, but for the time being, thank you. Remembering Maroonage is showing at 2:30 September 14, 2013 at Harbourfront's Studio Theatre in Toronto. It's a very rich film, amazing stories, amazing people, and if you see it, you will not be sorry. Thank you, Ashley.